Hey. Hi everybody, welcome to Weekly Shonen Jump 2025, issue number 48. Got Gonron Egg on the cover, this new series here. Or is it Gonron? It's probably Gonron, but somebody let me know. You know, it's hard to find things to say about a cover of the magazine when it's a new series, because it's a new series. I don't really know what I'm looking at. But what I do know is I'm looking at a character design that I do not like. That haircut is really something. But hey, we'll see. Gonna check it out here in a second. But yeah, not a whole lot to talk about with this issue other than that. Just starting a new wave of series. That's what we're gonna be getting for the next few weeks. So let's go ahead and check out the first one.
Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time?
Gonron Egg Chapter 1, Egg of God. I hate to be so harsh right off the bat, but I didn't like this at all, really. There wasn't anything for me to latch on to with this in any capacity. It's just like, I don't know, it is what it is. It's a story I feel like I've read 100,000 times. It's the same kind of deal, you know. Poor kid, down and beaten kid meets a magical thing who has a higher purpose. They unite in some degree and collaborate and have a goal of defeating some evil bad guy. That's what this series is. Very basic, not doing a whole lot. The art is not amazing. It's certainly unique, but it looks kind of rough to me. There's a very clear discrepancy between the background art and the character art. I mean, that's obviously assistants and stuff, but it's really distracting in this series. It's almost like the character art is unfinished, which is not. It's just their style, but it's not for me, that's for sure. The designs aren't very great. I guess there's some neat like monster designs, and his like initial battle form looks kind of cool, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling this one just based on chapter 1, and that's pretty rare, honestly. I feel like I'm usually able to get something out of a chapter 1, but I got nothing out of this. I'm not feeling it. Curious to hear what you guys think about it. I'm gonna hear it out. I'm gonna keep reading it, but pretty mediocre first impression. Shinobi Undercover, Chapter 55, Blackbird. Pretty cool chapter. I like this new, seemingly major antagonist that we're getting here. He's definitely very despicable and hateable, so doing his job, I guess. And I'm a fan here of the, the moment at the end where Yotaka gets up, despite not, he shouldn't be able to. But he gets up anyways, flies towards them, and knocks him in the face. That's satisfying and cool. It's, but there have been other moments like this. It's definitely something this series loves to do. Really cool. Wrapping up the fight here, pretty much. I assume that this new character, Karasu, I think was his name, he's probably just going to get away, and that's it. Can't imagine this will keep going, because, I mean, the pacing of this arc as part of the story has been not what I expected it to be at all. I kind of thought this would just be like a one-time encounter, like really short, brief thing, and then this new like villain group would like back off, and then we meet again later, and that does seem to be happening still, but this was more of a conclusive ending than I expected it to be. Like, this was a pretty clear win until this Karasu character showed up. I'm excited to see what this series does with like a core villain group, if that is what's happening here, which I have to imagine it is. One Piece Chapter 1168, Promise. Cover story's over, so we're back to seeing just little illustrations at the beginning of every chapter, which is nice. Love those. But the main talking point that I want to bring up, because I couldn't believe it, I literally said, like, do my eyes deceive me right now? Am I really seeing this correctly? We have a actual double page spread in One Piece. Like, for real, the whole, both pages, 2 pages, full screen. Look at that. It has been so long since we've had a double page spread. Oda loves to just, like, whenever something should be a double page spread, he loves to just throw in like reaction panels or just little additions here and there all over the place. It's never a whole piece of art just to itself. I can't even think of the last time this happened. like just as is. Full screen. That's it. Nothing else. No other panels. Just a double page spread. It's beautiful. It's been so long. I really can't even believe what I'm looking at. And it looks great. The line work is very clean for the most part. There's, I guess, a few little shaky lines, but that's a modern Oda for you. But really, this is amazing. This is truly fantastic. I love this. It made me so happy to see a double page spread again in One Piece. Hopefully many more to come. But anyways, yeah, a lot of stuff happening here. As I previously thought, Shanks is going into a treasure chest, so it will play out as we saw it in Film Red, where Roger will find him in a chest and take him aboard, I guess, you know, a little later on. I guess Dragon is just gonna lay there and give up. I don't really know what's gonna happen with him exactly, but that's where we're leaving Shanks for sure. And obviously the stuff at the end here with Rocks being like possessed by Emu is fascinating on many levels. Like, I wonder if this is Emu's power or one of many. We know so little about Emu. It's insane. So I really don't know. Or maybe this is like something specific to like the Davy clan that Emu can activate within them. Yeah, he's gonna kill his wife and child, so that's awesome. Not how I was expecting that to go, but it is making sense now how Rocks will end up dead here at the end of this, if he is actually dead, which the further we go along, I am inclined to believe that he really is dead. But we'll see. It's One Piece. I'm guessing like everybody remaining here is going to team up against Rocks and take him down before he's able to at least kill Teach. Maybe he'll kill his wife. I don't really know. That'd be pretty grim, but it's certainly possible. So yeah, we're looking at some really good chapters coming up for sure. This is going to be... And I mean, they've already been great. I mean, this is fucking God Valley. Come on. This is just incredible stuff that I really still can't believe we're seeing right now. I didn't think we'd get this anytime super soon, but here we are. And we're nearing the end of it, I think. In some ways, it feels like it's just beginning, but we are getting like a very straight, narrow view of it. It's a flashback, you know, you got to expect that. We can't show every single little detail of it. Fantastic chapter. I loved it. I was so happy about that double page spread, dude. That made my whole week, honestly, already. Ichi the Witch, chapter 56, extra. Banger. I loved this chapter. I really love this dynamic already. I mean, this isn't a new dynamic, but this evolution of the dynamic between Ichi and Uroro. I love this dynamic a lot. They really do feel like roommates in a different way. I love the fact that you can just like pull up a TV in this like mind palace place and show them what's going on the outside. And I love Ichi like really getting into his psychology and figuring out like, okay, what are you really trying to do here? If I let you take over my body, what the hell do you want to do? And making me answer all these questions just outright is so good. It is, again, as I was talking about last week, this is extremely Sukuna, but it's more, I hesitate to say lighthearted, because this is still a serious thing. I mean, Uroro is a threat, and that is what this chapter is reinforcing as well. We're seeing his power, because we really haven't seen it since chapter 1, honestly, and we're 56 chapters in now, so it's been a minute. But very impressive showcase here. I am really loving what is happening here. And as I talked about again last week, I do love this trope. I loved it in JJK, the Sukuna thing, like main villain in the body. I don't know if that's the route we're going to go with Uroro. I mean, he could be tamed, theoretically, but it's certainly going to take some time if that is the case. This is like a whole series ordeal if that is actually to happen. But yeah, totally love this chapter. No complaints, really. I really like Uroro. I think he's a lot of fun. He's a great addition to the story, for sure. This isn't new. Again, he's been around for literally the entire series, but to actually have him do something and, you know, be an active part in it is exciting and fun to see. Me and Roboco Chapter 255, Belly Bands and the Gang. So this is actually a pretty good chapter. I didn't really think it'd be good going into it, because it's just one of those like meta chapters about a volume release, but I actually like this. It's about the, you know, whole thing in Japan they do. Do I have any on hand? Is there a Japanese volume in my near vicinity? Sure, I guess this counts. This is a little unorthodox, but on the inside of this, you see the thing there, the red band. Most volumes that release in Japan have a little band around them like that is like an ad or something. It's just, I mean, this is different because it's a whole thing, but usually it says like, oh, so-and-so author loves this shit, read it now. Like, Oda said this is the greatest thing since Astro Boy, I don't know, whatever. So it's just kind of riffing on that, like trying to get their own quote on here. And I don't know if in Japan it actually was Shuhei Miyazaki writing it. I think that'd be a hilarious joke if that is the case. Maybe it is. It sounds like something it would do. Yeah, this was a very fun chapter. I really liked it. This is one of my favorites in recent memory. I had a really good time with it. And the joke with Eijiro Oda saying this is the manga that will surpass One Piece is hilarious. I loved that a lot. Good stuff, Roboco. You did it. Someone Hertz Chapter 7, After All, I'm a Rival. A very, very cute chapter. Very, very cute color page, too. Love that art style so much. This is probably my favorite chapter of the series so far, actually. And I can't even really put my finger on why, because it's pretty similar to really any other chapter. But it just, I don't know, it worked. The vibes were right. Tone was really nice. And it just felt really sweet and sincere. And that's what I like about this series. It's just so cute. And yeah, I do find myself saying the same stuff every week about this series. Like, as long as it continues to just be like inoffensive and cute, that's kind of all I can say about it, because it is what it is. You know, I think it's an absolutely adorable art style with really cute characters and a fun, cute novel concept. Developments happen at a good pace. It's again, I find myself questioning how long the series could possibly be, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. We're on the whims of the author right now. I really don't know what direction we're going in or how fast we're going to move this, romance along. But it feels fast, which I like. I'm not opposed to like a short series or a fast-moving romance, at least. If it's just these two characters hanging out for hundreds of chapters, then sure, why not? I'll keep reading it. Might not be much to say about it every week, but I'll read it. The series is doing pretty well in Japan, seemingly. It's getting a lot of buzz online, so it's probably going to stick around for as long as it needs to, but I hope it doesn't overextend itself. That's the last thing the series needs. Again, I'm praying this doesn't turn into some love triangle thing. Just let it be this. Will it get stale? Maybe, but I don't care. I'm tired of love triangles. No other girls, no other boys. Let's just do these two characters. They can have friends, sure. Bring in some friends, that's fine. No, nothing, don't complicate things. Let's just keep it this way, please. Doing good so far. Don't let me down. Witch Watch Chapter 223 finally said, oh my god, this was so cute, dude. This chapter took me on a ride. I was really worried that it was actually going the way that it was set up to be throughout the first half of the chapter, where he says, I'm just your bodyguard, you can't do it. But, the way that his feelings get out is a little contrived, but I'll take it. It's fine. I get it. This had to happen. This was a necessary step for Morihito, because he's always had this. He never let himself feel anything for the sake of what he thought was Nico. But it's that weird, like, misguided sense of duty that Morihito's always had, and to have this last spell just like break him free of it and finally let him confess his feelings was really beautiful. I thought this chapter was extremely well done, and it's very, very satisfying as somebody who's read the series for a long time to finally get this moment. I mean, this changes everything. This changes all the dynamics. Like, this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. This is the shakeup that I needed for this series. And yeah, it may feel like we are nearing a conclusion, but we're still going to get plenty of chapters with these two as a couple before it ends. And that's all that matters to me. I mean, we still got plenty of loose ends to tie up before we end. I'm sure this will last well into next year as well, so I'm not really worried about that. But this was beautiful. It kind of got some emotions out of me. I started to tear up a little bit at the end. That was just super well done. Very, very satisfying. I loved it. This is a really good week of Jump so far, guys. There's a lot of good chapters here. Great stuff. Great stuff. Can't praise it enough.
Get this man.
Sakamoto, chapter 234, room 307. Unfortunately, Sakamoto is going to be in this same spot while we're in this fight. I just have nothing to say. I'm sorry. I don't care for this fight. None of the characters involved are appealing to me. I just don't care. I don't know. I got nothing. I'm waiting to move past this fight, and it's lasting way longer than I would have imagined. And that's unfortunate because I'm not enjoying it at all. But hopefully we're nearing the end and I can resume talking about this series in a way that I want to, because this is frustrating as hell. Sorry to all the fans of this fight. I'm sure you're out there. I don't really get any comments from people that are, but probably because there's nothing to say in response to what I'm saying about it. But, you know, another one of these chapters. That's all I got for you. I'm sorry. Roboco Chapter 217, Want to Take a Detour? Really good chapter. I love the moment where the idea is to draw a wild boar and they just all draw Taiki. I thought that was funny. Really cute moment. And yeah, it's just general hanging out, trying to get Taiki back in the game, which is just a cool little friend thing. Just, you know, clear his head, let him have fun, get his headspace right before he has this big match against Kyo. And now, finally, after a lot of leading on with this plot line, it seems like we're finally gonna get somewhere with this Hina story. We're gonna get the two of them alone, it seems, and hopefully she just talks about whatever it is she's feeling so I can stop thinking about it. I want her to lay everything out and explain what her storyline is currently, because I just don't get it. And I'm excited to learn about it. But unfortunately, it's on break next week, so we gotta wait a whole other week. Damn it, of course. Right when we're about to learn some shit. But yeah, just excited for the promise of learning what this is, because I am really tired of waiting, honestly. I hate just not knowing what this is about. But hopefully, once we learn, it'll all become clear, and I'll understand the master vision that Miura is trying to paint here. But on its own, this is a really nice chapter. Definitely needed for this point in the story. Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo Chapter 8. Let's see if I can get this, because I have to say this several times, considering this is a part 1. Dura Val Bobidi Mechika, or Mekika. Part 1. That's going to be a rough one. So, a classic. We got our first JJK Part 1, iconic. This is something that Gege loved to do. He loved multi-part stories to the point where basically every chapter title in the entire series is a part of something else. Shibuya Incident, Shinjuku Showdown, Hidden Inventory, Cursed Womb Must Die, a bunch of shit. He hated, I guess, coming up with new chapter titles is the better way to put it. But yeah, so we're getting into a flashback now with the twins, which is cool to see. I mean, we're getting alien lore here, which, to be honest, I can't say I'm like super interested or invested in, but this is one of those things where as it progresses, I'm sure I'll be more and more into it. I just got to give it time to breathe. This first chapter here, nothing crazy, I gotta admit. I wasn't like locked in or anything. It was just exposition, which isn't bad. It's necessary, especially for introducing a concept this new to JJK in this, you know, much detail. But yeah, I mean, I like the stuff we did get here. Just not a whole lot for me to talk about, because I don't know, it's really just exposition and lore, which isn't something I often talk about a whole lot on this channel. I kind of like to just talk about how a chapter made me feel. I don't really like to get into lore details and speculation. Like, I didn't mention Mahito last week because I don't know, what the hell am I going to say about it? I'm not going to bring anything new to the table about Mahito in this series. But it does suck to have last chapter be so interesting and have me want to see the story continue forward, and now we're just kind of ripped back to the past. But it's fine. I'm sure this will tie together nicely. This is probably like the hidden inventory equivalent for this series, I'd have to imagine, where it's a, you know, necessary piece to the grander narrative being told here. We just can't really see the whole purpose of it this early on. Hima-Ten Chapter 64, Honoka's Workplace. Alright, before I talk about the chapter itself, I have to ask, did Honoka get a design change? I don't know if I'm crazy or what, but she just like didn't look like Honoka to me. And I don't know if this is because she just hasn't been around in a while, like prominently, like I'm just not used to seeing her anymore. But that's not even super true. I feel like she just had a decent a role in a chapter recently. Like, I don't know, I look at this panel here and I just like don't read Honoka from that. I feel like this all comes back to Himeno. I feel like Himeno's design is like bleeding into other characters now. She's like consuming them. I kind of I see Himeno when I look at this panel, and that goes for other panels too. I don't know if I'm crazy or what. I might just be going insane. Because they even show like a little flashback panel of her in this chapter, and I mean, yeah, that looks like her. It looks pretty much the same as what she looks like here, but I don't know. I don't know what's happening here, but I don't see Honoka here. I don't know. Why am I doing like the Shikamaru thing to look at these? Anyways, the gift exchange was very cute. I feel like infinite tutoring coupon isn't exactly the greatest gift ever, but sure. I guess if you're that smart, it's a good gift to give. But if I got that as a gift, I would feel like I'm being called dumb. I don't know. Maybe I'm too cynical though. Earrings are a cute gift though. Good job, Iemori, I guess. Big developments. I'm curious to see if actually revealing that he works for Himari changes anything at all. I feel like it won't. I don't see why any reasonable person would really care about that. But this is a romance series, and this is a romance that is going very well right now. So I feel like some kind of wrench has to be thrown into it to give other girls a chance to catch up. Even though they've all been making pretty big strides lately. I don't know. This is interesting. The series is going in places I didn't expect to right now. And again, I know this is happening because Himeno pushed the plot along. I get it. But why did it have to be her? Akane-banashi Chapter 180, I Wanted to Measure. Very nice chapter here. I love the two losers here talking and, working through their feelings about how they lost, and, the fact that Hikaru doesn't understand like what she lost to and how frustrating of a concept that can be to her. Just really nice. It shows that these people, I mean, obviously these are characters we followed for a very long time, but it just shows that like these are people. These aren't just people that Akane beats and that's it. These are proper characters, fully fleshed out, rival characters, and they are worthy of that title. They're working just as hard as she is. And I love seeing them just hang out and Akane, reeling them back in and making them have a good time and suggesting that Hikaru is the one that suggests they hit up another bar. Karashi's like, oh, another all-nighter. Akane just like, hell yeah, let's do it. Just super sweet, a really nice friendship that never gets old to see. Just what a lovely group of people we have here. Yeah, really nice chapter. Just a cool little interim chapter where before we get moving on the next thing, I assume we'll probably be starting some setup within the next couple chapters. Maybe we'll get a few more like in between moments here to let this arc settle. But yeah, on its own, great stuff. Super sweet. Really appreciate having stuff like this in this series. What I don't appreciate is that we still did not see what Shomei said to her, or the other judges said to Akane after her performance. But whatever, it happened, I know.
What are you doing, step bro?
Anyways, Exorcist Chapter 120, Corruption of Public Morals. Yawn. Boring. I did not like this chapter. I don't care about anything that's happening. Sorry once again to all the New A fans, but I think by now you know that I don't give a shit about this series. I got nothing here. I couldn't latch on to a single aspect of this entire chapter. I don't like this Natsuki character. I don't know oh my god, the pacing of this series is so weird. I'm getting whiplash. Like, we were just doing a whole other thing, and now suddenly we're doing with this Natsuki character, integrating her into school, and I don't even remember when the last time we were bothered with high school was. Like, I forgot they were even in high school, to be honest, because it's been so long since that's been a factor in the story. I don't care about this chapter. That's the moral of the story. Hey guys, sorry the mic sounds different. It probably sounds better, to be honest. I don't know, you tell me. But I realized that I did not hit record when I talked about the Ultimate Exorcist Kiyoshi chapter. So I'm just gonna briefly say my thoughts here because it's gonna be really jank. I don't have time to set up all my stuff and re-record it today, unfortunately, if I want to get this out in time. But I really like this chapter actually, like quite a lot, because this Goro character is really growing on me. Goro Shishido. He's just a swell guy, you know. I quite enjoy his presence. So no complaints for me. I really like this, and I like circling back around, seeing the demon from chapter 1 again, and Kiyoshi strengthening his will to want to protect the demon realm. Very cool. Good chapter. And sorry, this is so jank.
Feel the power of my magic!
The Elusive Samurai Chapter 224, What I Have and You Don't, 1352. Guess that's it. Takuji's down. So there was an interesting piece of news I thought about bringing up at the beginning of the episode, but I'll just talk about it here since it's Elusive Samurai related. It was announced that the series will be reaching its main story conclusion next chapter, like not this one, but next one. But it will still continue after that for, I think the wording was like an extended period of time or something. Whatever that means. So in history, I was looking back into it because I mean people have been talking about it more since the series is about to end. The real history of it, spoilers, I guess. I don't know if this is spoilers. It's probably not even going to happen. But the real history of these events is that Tokiyuki actually gets defeated and captured here and eventually like beheaded. Like that's it. He loses. That's it. That's the end. I imagine that's not going to happen, but maybe we're going to get like a dual ending type thing where we do one ending, like maybe this right here is the what if, like he kills Takuji and that's it. But then after it wraps up next chapter, like happy ending, nice conclusion, it'll go back and say the real history of what happened. That's just a guess. I don't really know. It could just be talking about an epilogue. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll probably have a better idea. Actually, I don't know if we'll have a better idea of what it'll be next week, but the week after at least we'll definitely know what it'll be. Either way, very interesting wording. I've never seen an announcement like that before, so we're in for something. And by the way, this chapter, I don't know, it was just fine. It just lacks so much impact. The whole way this wrapped up was just rough, man. Real rough. It felt wrong. But yeah, there we have it. Takuji's down. Maybe he'll get back up and slice Tokiyuki's head off. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Oh, that's a baseball!
Harukaze Mound, Chapter 19, Obey the Rules. Harukaze officially made it out of the U19 club. Give it up for Harukaze Mound, guys. Good job. Only one of the batch to do it. This, unfortunately, was not a great chapter to me. Okay, so I talked a lot about how I do appreciate when sports series take their time to get to build up the characters, build up the gimmicks, yada yada, before we get to a real game. However, I'm starting to get impatient. I kind of just want to get there. I might have talked about this in a previous episode. I don't really remember, but right now I'm really feeling it. Like, I don't think we really need this chapter. Like, yeah, I get it. We're setting things up still, but I think we should just kind of really gun it to getting to a game. Like, not a practice game, a game. Because it really needs to happen sooner rather than later. We're going to start losing people. This is already pretty low on the TOC, honestly. It really should be higher, I think. So I'm just worried that people are kind of losing it. Because honestly, I kind of am right now. I'm not really feeling this. And I just want to see some stakes. You know, I want to get into the real meat and potatoes of the series. I'm ready for it. I feel like the series has done enough groundwork to prepare us for real stuff. So, waiting with anticipation for that. But this chapter didn't do a whole lot for me, honestly. Ultra of the Flame, Chapter 24, The Land of the Great Tree. To my shock and surprise, I did the same thing I did for Ultimate Exorcist Kiyoshi. I didn't hit record. What the hell's wrong with me this week? I changed some settings on my camera to fix the battery issue, and in doing so, I removed the sound that plays when I start recording. So I think I like faintly hit the button these 2 times and messed it all up. Sorry, whatever. Let me just briefly talk about this chapter. I liked it well enough, I suppose. It wasn't the greatest thing in the world. This new antagonist who's basically just a human racist, like a racist against humans. That is not super interesting. And I think her design is a little better than I gave it credit for last week. She has like a weird stand basically, or I guess it's like attached to her weapon. It's interesting. Neat stuff, just nothing too crazy that I can say a whole lot about. I hope, again, this series is in an interesting spot, so I hope to see some significant improvements in the coming chapters to rehook me if this is actually going to be a series that sticks around for an extended period of time. Ping-Pong Peril Chapter 16, As Long As You're the Winner. This is absolutely insane, and I love it. This is so crazy. The entire universe will be our playing field. This is ping pong, bro. Like space debris flying at them while they're playing ping pong. This did not disappoint at all. This absurd double-page spread of saying the Earth looks so beautiful, like a big ping pong ball. I love this. We could have had a whole series of this, guys. Oh my god. What went wrong? How did people not like this? This could have been so fun. I would have loved to read shit like this every week, but we got one chapter left. This is gone next week. Damn, I love this. This was a great chapter. This might even be my favorite one yet. This was just so ridiculous and out there. Maybe if it leaned more into this, it would have done better. Like, it just goes all out, balls to the wall, insane. Don't even care. Don't even think about what you're really writing. Just do it. Ping pong insanity. Just go for it. Like, I think he got abducted by aliens at the end. Like, that's fucking crazy. It's ping pong. Paying off debt. That's what this series started as. Holy shit. I love this chapter. This is fantastic. I'm honestly tempted to give it chapter of the week. Let me think about it. You'll see in a couple minutes. I don't think it'll happen because there was a really good chapter this week, but I almost want to give it up because damn, this was great. What a shame. One more week.
Bruh.
Ekiden Bro's final chapter, The View from the Other Side. Well, there you have it. It's gone. Gone like the wind. You know, technically, this series started the channel. This was the first episode of Shonen Jump coverage I did was when this series debuted. Can you believe that? 17 weeks ago. Wow. What a journey. And I had high hopes for it back then. The thumbnail and title, I was even like, holy shit, will this be the next big hit? By the way, that thumbnail looks like shit now. I look back at that and I hate it. Why did I use so much outer glow? God, that looked awful. Never let me do that again. That was terrible. Anyways, it's, this series is monumental to some degree to the channel because it really is. It started everything. And here we are at the end. The finish line, right, guys? It's thematic because running. And it ends the same way it began, with the most boring depiction of running you can possibly do. Look at this. This might even be the worst example in the whole series so far. This is so boring to look at. I've just never seen a series turn around this quickly to where literally chapter 2, if you go back to my episode where I talk about chapter 2 of this series, I immediately flipped on it. I was already like, oh my god, this shit sucks. This is awful. And it never bounced back from that. It just kept getting worse, or at least I guess sometimes it get slightly better, but not enough to write home about. This series was really bad, guys. It was just total amateur hour stuff. I couldn't latch on to any characters. The art was not very good. I hesitate to say bad. I hate to call artists bad, but shit, man, this was close. If you're gonna write a series about running, at least draw running in an exciting way. That's the bare minimum. But no, it looked like dog shit. That's the story of Ekiden Bros. It's over, guys. We never have to talk about it again, and I certainly won't, because I have nothing to say about it. I guess I can at least thank it for kickstarting the channel, but I mean, if I just started a week later, I wouldn't even have to say that about it. This is just a completely nothing series that I am never going to think about again beyond today. Farewell, Ekiden Bros. You will not be missed. Alright Alright guys, that's going to do it for Weekly Shonen Jump 2025, issue number 48. This was actually a really great issue. There was a lot of good chapters in here. I had a great time reading this week, so hell yeah, I can't complain about that. But, of course, one chapter stood out above them all. My chapter of the week this week goes to Witch Watch chapter 223, Finally Said. Now before I actually talk about this chapter, I do want to give a spoiler warning, because if you don't watch the Witch Watch segment and you just watch chapter of the week, it's kind of hard to talk about this one without talking about the spoiler in it, so just either stop watching or skip ahead a little bit to see me talk briefly about the next issue if you want to see that. But yeah. I almost gave chapter of the week to Ping-Pong Peril, by the way. It was very close. I really was tempted, but I have to give it up for this chapter. I mean, this is what everything has been leading to. This is the moment, the final, like, confession of love from Morihito, a response to Nico's confession. And it was a beautifully done scene. Pretty much perfect. It couldn't have gone better. I guess the butterfly thing was a little contrived, but I really, at this point, I just can't complain. It's fine. It worked for me. It made me emotional. I almost teared up, honestly, reading that confession of him just finally blurting it out and saying he loves her. It was so sweet in the final panel of them on the bench together, just no words. Nico doesn't even say anything. She never says a word after he starts talking, and she doesn't need to. She said her piece. This is him getting everything out. Beautiful. So well done. I loved it a lot. This easy chapter of the week. Ping-Pong Peril, you were so close. If this chapter didn't come out this week, oh my god, I would have given it to you. But it wasn't meant to be. Alright, next week for issue number 49, the new series called Tonari no Osoegawa is going to begin. So obviously that's taking the cover. We'll see how it goes. I was pretty disappointed with Gonron Egg's first chapter, so I don't know. We'll see how this one goes. Maybe this is another shitter batch coming up. We'll see. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment with your chapter of the week, your least favorite chapter of the week, anything you want to tell me about from this issue of Shonen Jump. And remember, you can also become a channel member at 2 tiers. The Nice Prisoner tier will get you early access to new videos and your name put in the credit sequence. And a Super Nice Prisoner tier will get you all of those things, and also your name read out loud right now. So thank you to DJ Tengen, Hexanen, Zijiden, Milu Kitty, Braden Farrell, Halfpipe, Rafker, and the Cosmere64. Thank you guys so much for your support and for watching this video, and I will see you guys in whatever you decide to watch next. Take it easy, guys.